Welcome to the David Daily. We are live here. This is a live show presented by none other than myself. I'm so excited today to be live on all platforms. We're live on LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, and Kick. It's a great episode today. I'm very excited. If this is your first time tuning in to the Daily David Show, the David Daily Show, welcome. I'm so thankful to have you here. Our platform is focused primarily on LinkedIn and going live on LinkedIn. This is a professional platform, and within the first 5 to 7 minutes, we'll go over current news. That is the first segment of the show, always current news. So today, December 2nd, 2025, it is the day after Cyber Monday. And in fact, gasoline is at an all-time low. So if you're thinking about that road trip, if you're thinking about visiting family, friends, or jumping into a car, yesterday we found out that actually, guess what? People aren't buying new cars, but they're actually investing more in gas, which is awesome. Also, Dell's $6.2 billion gift gives off Giving Tuesday this morning. Can you imagine owning a corporation that gives billions of dollars away to charity? I absolutely love that. And then finally, in our AI news, Apple's AI head is actually leaving in a leadership shuffle, as you can see. And then finally, in New York City, where I've been based primarily, Starbucks is paying $39 million to settle a labor dispute. And so that's your current news for today, December 2nd, on the David Daily. I'm excited to actually get into some quantum topics, which is the second portion of the show. We're just 2 minutes into the show, and quantum topics, quantum intelligence is so important these days. AI is here to stay, as we know, and quantum is right around the corner. So we have a segment of the show where we focus on quantum, quantum intelligence, quantum production. And we're actually seeing the defense sector accelerating adoption of quantum sensing. And also, the EU is boosting national quantum research funding initiative. And in fact, VC activity is increasing across quantum cybersecurity. So, if you're someone who loves quantum, if you care about venture funding, if you're someone who has put funding directly into an early stage seed startup, then I would like to encourage you to come join the show. If you're starting fresh or you've been a seasoned investor, we'd love to have you on the show, especially as we're seeing Asia expanding rapidly into quantum training. And in fact, quantum encryption will continue to increase and surge. And then the third segment of the show is our AI and faith segment. So if you're interested in getting involved with an AI and faith nonprofit, I'd encourage you to check up on aiandfaith.org. It is a wonderful, wonderful organization. Just go to aiandfaith.org. You can find all of the latest and greatest experts there. And in fact, major conferences today are discussing AI and spiritual wisdom. What is spirituality? What is wisdom? Those are great questions that we love to discuss inside AI and faith. And in fact, pastors all over the world are adopting AI content systems for multilingual teaching. So if you're a pastor, if you're a minister, if you are a rabbi, if you are a priest, if you are someone in the world of the spiritual realm, if you're part of a mosque, a Buddhist temple, if you're anywhere in the Jewish faith, or you're Muslim, or maybe you're agnostic and you don't actually believe in God, I would encourage you to get involved with AI and faith, because we are an organization that care deeply about AI and faith. And that is your 5 minute segment on the David Daily. Now, the second portion of our show, which I'm very excited about, is where we actually bring in a guest. So today we have Richmond Taylor, who is the founder of Bishop AI, and he just launched AICHEMIST. I'm so incredibly excited to have Richmond with us, aka Rich. He's based in the Southeast in Miami, Florida. He just moved to South Beach. I'm so excited. I'm going to put him on stage. Rich, welcome to the show. It's so excited to see you here. Looks like you're still moving in. You've got your plant set up, you're moving boxes. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself to people who are tuning in for the first time and seeing you here on the David Daily.
David, thanks for having me on here. It's absolutely phenomenal to see you again. I can't wait to the next time we get to see each other in person. Always a good time with you and being able to vibe code on AI. That's where we both started in, really. But a little intro to me, Richmond Taylor, Nashville guy, now Miami guy. What I've been doing here is really getting into the tech scene, into the AI space, really focusing on education and automation so I can leave teams that can actually build that education and continue that track record for themselves. On top of that, I am throwing AICHEMIST up to the marketplace. That's going to be a lot of fun. AICHEMIST is a prompt engineering tool that helps anybody really build any prompts to their wildest imaginations. You can build workflows, web apps, even just normal prompting questions like, what should I get my mom for Christmas? So excited to go through what that looks like with you, David. And it's good again to see you and be on here.
Awesome. I love it, man. It is so exciting to, first of all, have you as the first guest on the show. And if you're interested in being on the show as well, we do have a daily show going live at 11 a.m. Eastern time, 8 o'clock Pacific. So if you're interested in being on the show, definitely reach out to me. We have a couple spots open still. We're excited to talk to AI founders. So tell us a little bit about what we're going to be talking about today with what you've been building with vibe coding. I mean, I still remember we were in the Intercontinental in Miami. We were sitting there and really loving vibe coding together. I mean, almost half a year ago. And how has technology changed in just half a year?
I mean, David, like almost every single day, something new to AI comes up. I mean, that's why you have this newsletter or this podcast to be able to see, like, and stay up to date with it. Almost, if you're not always on top of it, you're going to get lost in the weeds. And back in like 6 months ago, I mean, it's a totally different world now. We were vibe coding with NAN and workflows and automations. Now you can build actual applications with these backend workflows, which is absolutely mind blowing. Any kind of SaaS app you can really think of, you can build it. And that's exactly what I did with AICHEMIST on Lovable. It's still in prototype mode. We're about to launch with our developers, but this is really the final piece of the puzzle. Is I'm going to show you guys what the whole power behind the platform is. It's going to be very exciting, and it's a total game changer in just prompting in general. The number one issue in AI, we believe we solved.
Yeah, I love that. That's incredible. You know, as a startup founder, finding painful problems to solve and serving people is why we exist. I mean, it's why you left your corporate job to lean into the startup space. And so I'm pretty excited for this demonstration. So if you want to queue up your demonstration, and we'll go ahead and get that screen share on the live show here. So on your tab there, if you just want to go ahead and switch over to your AICHEMIST tab, and then I'll just pull that up here on screen here. I'm really excited to get a quick demo of this. And by the way, if you're wanting to be on the show here soon, I would recommend that you pop your comments, pop your link in the comments so that we can follow along as well. All right, with that being said, I'm going to pop over and show full screen what you're working on. So here we go. What are we looking at here?
Awesome. So this is the easy UI interface behind it. And you can see that these different kind of tickers are going in and out. You see Claude, ChatGPT, and Gemini, the three biggest ones. We're going to include Grok, DeepSeek, and the rest of them. But this is the only prompt engineering tool that gets and uses the best LLM depending on like what you're looking for. So with coding, yes, we'll probably use Claude. With the general instructions, you probably use ChatGPT. With deep research and really understanding, or even image generation, we'd use Gemini. And you can see how strong these are. If you go to lmarina.ai/dashboard, you'll be able to see which LLMs are best in each category. But we automatically take that for you, depending on what you're asking for. So all you need to do is ask an easy question. What are you looking to prompt? What are you looking to accomplish? What are you looking to solve? Let's go ahead and do something that would be very, beneficial for what we're talking about with AICHEMIST. I want to find out the number one problem in AI and solve it, specific to prompt engineering. Yes, we could use this in ChatGPT. It would give us some good answers, but I'll show you the power behind this platform after we click Generate Prompt. After you go here, you have your original prompt here. You can upload some files that include more details. Like if you're building anything with marketing, you want to have your brand kit in there. Or if you're building anything out for a certain user persona, you can even include certain LinkedIn or YouTube URLs. But for this, we're going to go ahead and use this. We're automatically choosing Gemini because that is what our model bit was able to find out, because this is going to be more for like idea generation. Gemini is best at that. Oh, from there, I got to move this screen around. Ooh. From there, what we're going to do is generate. Sorry, I can't see this. Let me restart that.
No worries. This is great. I love that you've put together a very simple prompt engine here where, yeah, you actually can build your own prompt. And kind of while you're fixing that, you can build your own prompts and leverage the best of each of the systems. And kind of while you're putting things together and figuring it out, the key piece that I love about what you're building is that behind the scenes, you have this engine that takes a look at all the pieces and says, all right, here are the top 300 AI phrases that show that it's AI generated. Why don't we remove those from the prompt? Or here's the common things that make things seem less authentic. Maybe we can make it more authentic by including the human approach. So I really appreciate that you're doing that. Obviously, AI and emerging technology is here to stay, but when we can humanize it, we can really make the most of that. And that's what I appreciate about where you're building here. So are you back on the prompt? Let's finish this prompt and close this out.
Yeah, no. So I had my camera's in the way, so I just had to see this button right here. On generate clarifying questions, we use AI to actually dig out the most specific questions to each one of these. You don't have to finish this. I can kind of show you what it looks like. But after it generates these questions, you can get really specific on what your prompt is. And what this does is it structures all these different questions inside of your prompt, so you can build the best prompt most specific to you and what you're looking for. What criteria would define number one problem? What metrics or indicators? What constitutes a solution? Would it be a theoretical framework, a practical tool, methodology? And it keeps going down to scope. It goes down to inputs and resources, focus, and audience. After you build this, it generates your prompt, then it generates your output, which would be an entire detailed whatever you're asking for, whether that's a strategy, whether that's a timeline game plan. And here you can also include profile context that will include whoever you are, whoever the user is, from your LinkedIn to your Instagram to just personal questions you put in the back place in your profile. So this will be generated just for you and nobody else.
Wow, I absolutely love that. So can you go ahead and press that button that says generate prompt? We want to see the magic come to life.
Yes.
Awesome.
And these are without us answering the questions. With the questions, it's going to be much more specific. The prompt will be. Right now, this is like using this without having your questions. So this is totally optional. You can click this off, but we already built the prompt here. You have your context, your role, your instruction, your constraints, your persona, and examples. This is using the prompt framework CRISP, which whenever you're asking something, you want different kind of frameworks to be used, whether that's sales, marketing, engineering, whatever. We have a backend built in to be able to select the best acronym depending on what you're asking of. And also removing all the AI slop out there. We have about 350 different phrases and words that we're making sure that's not included in there with those crazy M dashes. So here you can generate the output. Let's just go ahead and do this. Let's make it easy. We'll make it short, or I just go do this. Let's do medium. And as it's generating, you can see what you can get out of it. There's also, here's what you're looking for. This is the meta prompt layer, new ideas of things you can bring to this to the world with prompt engineering. You can see the problem and then the solution, exactly what you asked for. If you don't like the platform, or you don't like the output, you can go and chat with your GPT here, regenerate the prompt, asking what changes you'd like, or you can go to improve the prompt if it's more of a copy or context. And we're looking to change this and make it more specific, but for right now, we have ways to generate new prompts. We can copy the prompt, and we can save the prompt to our prompt library, where you can always go back and edit it as you please, and it will dictate what you like. And that is the basis of the tool.
Yeah, I love it. I absolutely love it. I'm super impressed with not only the ability of your AI engine, but also this idea that the first step in building an awesome technology set is to educate people, right? tell us just a little bit about how you're educating people who are new to AI and how they can get started with a small, simple step.
Love how you asked that question. Right now, I have Jumpstart dash two dash AI.lovable.app as an intro mini
Mm-hmm.
course on what AI is and how to utilize it. However, in this platform, we have an education section that is coming soon. What we're doing is we're getting hundreds of different courses, compiling it into custom courses for who you are and what you do. So if you have a LinkedIn or you have a certain title and headline and what kind of industry you work in, we can customize each of these lessons and modules and what have you to who you are, leaving all the fluff out you don't care about and only giving you actionable education that you can actually use on your day-to-day and give you success as soon as you finish the first module.
Yeah, modulation and identifying like the journey, right? Just like any good journey, we want to kind of be carried along that journey. And AI education is an aspect of that journey where, technology will always be emerging, right? That's kind of what technology means by definition. So, holding people's hand along the way, especially for people who are maybe early to adopt technology, or maybe they're newer to technology, or maybe they've never even dove in and they don't even know the tools out there. Starting with something like an AI chemist or an artificial intelligence chemist can be kind of that first step. So in terms of business model, I'm really curious, like, how do you envision making money for the business? Like, at what point do you see this turning into like a profitable business where AI Chemist is either seeking funding or having a subscription fee, or there's like a consulting on the back end? You don't have to tell us all your secrets, and if you don't have it now, that's okay. But I'm just kind of generally curious, like, how can people apply this not only to their own personal life, but in their businesses as well?
Great question. So we're adding teams in here as well for enterprise section. It's coming soon, but you can see on our billing all of our pricing. We have a free model, we have a gold model, and we have the infinity model. Eventually, we're going to enter the enterprise model where you can have teams and you can have more users. But that's essentially how we're going to make some cash. It's for subscriptions. In here as well, there's API calls. We're not going to put any taxes on that. We're actually going to give you the option to log into your own, to call you on your own APIs and actually get more output however much you want to, because essentially you'll be paying for your API calls, and they're pennies, even less than a penny most of the time. But they'll be able to utilize that and just use our platform to generate these absolutely next level prompts. We also have a marketplace where you can buy and sell your own prompts.
I love that. I love to see a good pricing page. So is this live today? Like, can people actually like come in and buy and save to library and actually apply these? I'm genuinely curious if that's something that is live today where people can drop you a Stripe subscription or actually subscribe to the platform to get those API calls.
Another great question, David. Right now, it is not live. However, we're taking beta testers. So everyone, and this is a surprise, even for David, I'm here to offer
Wow.
you guys an option for a beta test where you can actually use the full power behind the application. You won't have the education yet. You won't have the entire
Right.
marketplace yet, but you can use the core of it to actually test it out and see how you like and have your own sign in. But there will be subscriptions starting in the new year. We're very excited to get that out there. But right now, take it while it's free.
Awesome. I love that. Well, Rich, thank you so much for joining episode 2. We're going to look back, and in 2025, December, we're going to say, oh, yeah, December 2nd was a great day. So if people are looking to get connected with you, what is the very best way to get connected?
Hop on LinkedIn, look up Richmond Taylor or Richmond Bishop Taylor. I should be the only one that would be up there. I post all the time on new AI, new prompting, new strategies. So get on there while time's last, and would love to connect on there and have a whole little brainstorm together and see where we can help your prompting improve and or educate and automate anything with AI. It's a crazy world out there, but I got your back.
I love it. All right. Well, we're going to close out this show. Guys, thank you so much for being on the show and joining us. Oops. Thank you for joining the live stream. And guys, we had so much to talk about today. We talked about AI news, and we talked about the AI and faith world, and we also had a chance to dive deeper into an AI technology off of the cutting edge. So my only call to action for you is to tune in tomorrow. Oh yeah, I forgot one thing. We have to do the Beyond the Bag segment, which is where I pick one thing out of my bag and I talk about it. And so today, we're actually going to talk about this headset, which is proudly provided by one of our show sponsors, which is Headset Advisors. Doo-ba-doo-doo. Thank you to Headset Advisors for sponsoring this headset for all of your calls. This is the Yale Link, the YAEL Link headphones. It's the WH64, one of my personal favorites. And it goes with me everywhere, whether I'm carrying a small side bag or I'm carrying a large bag. It is always coming with me. And what I like is it's got a docking station, which I carry with me as well. And the docking station is actually right here. So when you have a docking station, you can actually put it next to your laptop or your computer, and it will allow you to charge your headphone and make it readily available so that you can show status and you can actually take calls from multiple devices, which is fantastic. And then secondly, it has the longest distance that I have seen in the industry. In fact, I can take calls up to 100 meters away from my phone, which can be really convenient if you're in a workplace setting and you need to walk around, or maybe you just have your phone on the charge and you need to step out of the coffee shop because you need to think and you need to go on a little walk. You can go on a pretty long walk with this. So that is the Beyond the Bag segment. I'm excited to share that with you. And I'll just encourage you, if you're thinking about going live on LinkedIn, the power of going live on LinkedIn and YouTube, going on Instagram and on all platforms, including Twitch and Kick, I would say start today and create an audience that is genuinely interested in following your live stream, but also someone who is a live personality. You don't have to do much to go live. You can go live with just a simple cell phone and a little bit of a light and share news with the world. So on that, I just want to say thank you for tuning in. Can't wait to see you tomorrow on the David Daily. Signing out, folks.